So Brazil and France just played out one of the most boring international games of all time. Shock around the world how a 17-year-old from Bournemouth got picked over Neymar. He has 5 goals in his last 5 games, highest goal scorer of all time, most goal involvements of all time. He should have been brought up into the squad. If you see him running now, I'm like, I did not even know he still had that in his legs. And it's just seeing that passion. Do you think that Ancelotti owes it to Neymar, or do you think that Ancelotti owes Brazil to win?
He didn't get called because there's so much media around it and there's a video of him reacting. It makes it seem worse. But at the end of the day, there's no reason that he's not in the Brazil squad. I understand trying to bring other guys in that you're trying to like test and understand in the system because you have these opportunities with this international break, but you're not going to play all of them, right? But I think Neymar knows he's not at the level to be starting games for Brazil. Him and Ancelotti, they've definitely had conversations about, are you ready to play now? Are you fit to play? He has too much credit in the bank. Even if he's playing on 1-2 touches, right? He'll still find the spaces.
I don't think he should have made this international break squad because he's, like Jay said, he's dealing with injuries. Like, he needs to have his surgery, but he doesn't want to have it because he knows he's going to miss the World Cup. He's trying to like do his best to stay active as possible. So I think once you get closer to the World Cup time, I think that's when you start bringing him in to try and integrate him into the squad. I don't think this international break is like make or break for him per se. Like, he's still dealing with this injury. I think you should just let him recover a little bit. Right before the World Cup is approaching, I think Ancelotti would have that discussion with him because he doesn't need to play these games right now. It's just putting mileage on a man that's damn near at the end of his line.
I think he has enough credit in the bank that you just give him that spot. He also has enough respect from the Brazil squad as a whole. Like, they all grew up and he's almost the blueprint. It kind of looks like they want to emulate him when you watch. So it feels weird not bringing him. For 15 years, kind of like Jay said, was Brazil. He gave them everything when they were nothing. Yeah. Taking that away from him now isn't fair. They also know Ryan, he's going to be a Brazil player for the next 10 years. It's not a case of we're doing it to spite Neymar, but Ryan isn't a 36-year-old who's just kicking around. Like, he's going to be part of that Brazil squad for a while. So I think it's early introduction, and I think Ancelotti probably plans on being the Brazil coach for a while. So I think he just wants to acclimate Ryan.
Even if you look at Neymar 10 years ago, coming off of that treble-winning year, looking at his ceiling and what conversations were had around him, what do you think went wrong? Apart from, you said, his body and it being hacked, were you convinced that over the next 10 years, Neymar would not even finish in the top 3 of Ballon d'Or, not even top 5?
It's just difficult for who Neymar is. Like, I know that there's 2 players who've convinced us that you don't age as a footballer, but Neymar is a 34-year-old who spent his whole career getting hacked and hurt. Yeah. He got fouled in ways that I don't think Messi and Ronaldo did. To be honest, I'm more surprised he hasn't retired.
There's no way we're considering Neymar as a flop. That's just dead wrong. The only downside on his career is that he did not win the Champions League. That's the only thing you have against him in his career. Like, look at the era he's playing against. He's coming up against Messi in the finals. What do you expect from a player that's one of the best in the generation to a player that we regard as the best player of all time? Look at the squad he had. Are we knocking a player for having aspirations outside of the team? Yeah. Like, he wants to make a name for himself, and that's what he tried to do.
Is what I'm saying.
But
he's still Neymar.
Amazing.
Like, am I gonna knock him for leaving Barca to make a name for himself? No, I'm not. It's disappointing he didn't do it, but I'm not gonna say he's a flop for not doing it.
I have everything Neymar won. 7-time European top flight champion. Won the Champions League, 6-time Brazilian Football Player of the Year. He has 4 top 5 Ballon d'Or placements.
Everything that Neymar did that you guys are using to back him up, we knew he was able to do. So he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. The one thing that we want him to do out of the ordinary, he has not been able to achieve.
Why does it matter what we want? What about what he wants? Everyone is mad that Neymar wasn't the person they thought he'd be. Yeah. They put all this expectation on Neymar to be this player, and he was never going to be the player who dedicated his life to football in the way that the 2 people that he's being compared to are. He got scrutinized for honestly leaving Barcelona and trying to get out of Messi's shadow. He told people, I don't want this comparison. And then now we're punishing him and saying he's a flop. Instead of criticizing him for what he wasn't, I think we should just appreciate him for what he is. And that's an amazing player.
I might say, I think he's the best player to watch on the field.
Nobody grew up wanting to be Messi. Everybody grew up wanting to be Neymar, and that's how we're gonna end the show.
That is 100% facts. I think people grew up
'cause Messi
wanting to be Neymar or Ronaldo more than they did want to be
That's because Messi doesn't have swag.
Exactly. That's on Messi.
Guys, argue with us in the comments. This was a TOTB episode on Neymar and Brazil. Is he washed? Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.